Hey y'all, welcome back to DC Motor Works. Today I've got next to me a 1968 280 SL. This is more affectionately known as the Pagoda SL. This is the 113 chassis, and this client brought it in for just some regular service work. He also had a leak in the back end that we're going to take a look at and show you what it was. So let's go ahead and take a look at this old girl. Let's get started. So when the client brought this in, said he was having a black fluid leaking around the passenger rear of the car. So when it came in, I want to go ahead and check it out. What we found is it was actually fuel leaking out. There's a vent here. It's just a regular tank pressure vent in the right rear quarter. And what we found out is actually it was the wrong style gas cap that was installed on here. It was a solid non-venting cap, whereas these old ones used a vented cap. So it was pressurizing the gas tank and pushing fuel out the vent tube. It was also leaking into the tank. Got the spare back installed here, but there's a little canister back here with a couple fuel hoses on it that were rotten, and they were also leaking into the trunk. So we got all that cleaned out, put back together with some new hoses. Now that's all taken care of. Funny note about these fuel caps, they're no longer available from Mercedes, and since it is exposed here, the factory ones, they look just like this. This is a reproduction, but they're a lock-in gas cap. And to find a new old stock one, they are around $1,600 just for a gas cap. It is a very nice piece. It's very hefty, has some nice weight to it. Like I said, it looks just about like this one, but it has the Mercedes star and it has the keys with it as well. So this one was a fraction of the cost and does the same job. You can see just how nice this car has held up over the years. Classic combination, white over blue with a blue soft top. This one is the automatic, which is a neat little tidbit on these older models. It's that the gear pattern is reverse from what you're used to. So you're used to having park up at the forward position, but here it's in the rear. And you go park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then your low range gears. It's just a nice driver quality Pagoda. Client also wanted it tuned up. See, it's got the clamshell style hood, the old Mercedes mechanical fuel injection, early iterations. So this is the M130 straight six. And this is the larger of the two. There's a 250 SL and this 280. See there on the side of the engine is marked 280 as well. Let's go ahead and fire this up and show you how well it runs. Fires up quick. You can just see here how smooth this engine runs. If you couldn't hear it, you probably wouldn't even know it was running. No vibration. It's just like a sewing machine, as they say. We even balanced a coin on here. We're going to go ahead and show you that. Check it out. 1968. Ran so smooth. That won't even knock the coin over. See it just vibrate just a little bit. not enough to knock it over. So, did a full tune-up on this, so it has new plugs, wires, did cap and rotor. This is your old points and condenser style system. You've actually got two condensers. You got one here, one on the ignition coil right there. So we also installed a new fuel filter, which is there under the injection pump. As well as did an oil change, just your normal tune-up items, just to get this thing ready for another thousands of miles. Go ahead and show you a special old tool on how to set this up so it's absolutely right. So what we got set up here, this is an old dwell meter. And the dwell is the measurement of how long the points are open inside the distributor. We're going to go ahead and fire it up and show you how this works. See there, your dwell setting, set on 6 cylinders. You're running about 32, 34 degrees of dwell, which is perfect for a new set of points. So you measure that between the negative side of the coil and the vehicle's ground. It's one of the final steps in making sure you've done your tune-up right on an old points and condenser style system. Because if you have too wide or too little of a gap on the points and too little duration, it won't run right. Again, you can see just how nice this one runs. Here we've got our old Mercedes book. Shows you this is the engine, the M130, like I told you. And tell you what your degree of dwell is supposed to be. So we've got it set to spec. Running like new. Go for a quick little ride here. Show you again how sweet these old Pagodas are. Just amazing how smooth these old 6 cylinders are. While it's no powerhouse, it still has plenty to keep up with modern traffic. It's your old 4-speed automatic, which back in these days they shifted very firm. It was just a solid into gear. Compared to more modern transmissions in the 90s and 2000s where they became super soft and, as they like to call them, slip and slides. to about 60 miles an hour. Just cruises along, happy as can be. Thank you all for checking out the sweet little Pagoda with us. Appreciate all y'all watching, and if you like what you see or have any suggestions of what you'd like to see, let us know. You can always subscribe down below, and look forward to seeing you on the next one.